Just a friendly reminder that the opinions expressed on this show are not worth a Canadian penny, so disregard anything you hear that might get anyone in trouble. And despite some of the great ideas you may hear, don't try them at home. Go to a friend's house instead.
It's time to get a gun. That's what I've been thinking. Well, I could afford one. And if I did just a little less drinking, time to put something between me and the sun. When the talking is over, it's time to get a gun.
And we might be live. Welcome to Slamfire Radio episode 643, recording live on February 25th, 2026. I am the evil chipmunk who hijacked your channel. Since I hijacked the channel, I thought we would do things perhaps in reverse, but probably more mixed up than anything else. We'll go with listener feedback first, as I am the hijacker, who is the sole host today. Let's go to Eddie's homework first. Tony, I thought Weekend featured CZ stuff again. Didn't they make a clear statement that they were not participating in a confiscation scheme? I have personal thoughts on this. I did not like how they started the entire conversation and how they're not upfront about it. And that gives kind of a sour taste in my mouth in particular. I don't like how they did it. And there's no proof that they didn't do the business part of the buyback, which doesn't affect us directly per se, but somewhat affected us indirectly. It's good to see that the Gracen testing review video is still going strong. Chris Hussey, 1134. Synthetic stocks are also problematic. Not enough weight to create inertia for recoil cycling. I put weights in the stock as well. It definitely helps. That's interesting. I'm not an expert in semi-auto shotguns. All my shotguns are pumps, so my arms don't really care. I guess Kyle will have to be on to explain how that works versus not. I know some guns, some shotguns, if you like hold it against the wall, it will choke because there's not enough inertia. But I guess, isn't that really encouraging you to shoot the gun improperly though? So that will be my question. William Horton 2126. The first question will be, how many guns does it take to get over having a small Johnson? That is on our shorts for spending $750 million on mental health, not gun bans. I don't know. I remember when I was still a listener. Oh, did I just dox myself of being a listener? I remember this question was asked to Kelly, and I believe she had a response for it, but I don't remember exactly. Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe there's the hunting gear guy once said some people think there's always a hole in their heart that this particular firearm that you're looking at may fulfill, but it never will. So that's the cycle begins again, right? You sell that one, you buy a new one, hoping it will fill the hole in your heart. It wouldn't do it, so is it a vicious cycle though? If you gain knowledge along the way, isn't firearm the knowledge we gain along the way on how mechanical things run? I say so. And I think Bob Ross, the painter, is in our chat now. Bob Ross, 8734 on our shorts for Minister, a hammer can act on its own, ? He looks like an evil chipmunk. I'm not sure if that's referring to me who wasn't talking and was out of town, or he is referring to Minister Gary. Sorry, Mr. Gary, I cannot properly pronounce your last name, so Minister Gary A, I guess that will be the best way I can refer to it. And friend of the channel, Tom Bryant, 4518, commented on the N-Shoot 1727 APR rifle, commenting, it's a sweet, perfect maple seed rifle. That thing is how many pounds again? I don't even remember. It had a modular removable front handguard, and that makes it you can't pick between like aluminum one versus a steel one. I don't think there's like a weight limit for PRS. That could be. Mike from Ballistic Speaking, can you correct me on that? Especially for rimfire, I don't know, but I'm thinking they're just trying to go as heavy. Like the weight rules aren't as stringent as F class or like IPSC production guns, so you can like make it real heavy. And for prop shooting, the perfect balance kind of have a lot to do with your positional stability. And we'll go back to the other homework reply that Eddie had, which is in response to the email we covered last week from, so it's from Lawrence. That is correct. It's from Lawrence. For the listener who didn't listen last week, we will encourage you to do so. But he was wondering if he should get a 6.5 Creedmoor, a 30-06, or a 300 Win Mag for his first hunting rifle. I don't think this we mentioned last week. Lawrence, are you a shooter? Or are you, I'm gonna assume that our conclusion from last time was correct. Well, our assumption from last time was correct that you're not a shooter. But yeah, if you're a shooter, maybe you can handle a little bit more. Eddie is saying, I would also suggest a 308 Winchester to Lawrence as a first hunting right caliber up to 300 yards. Drop and drift comparing to 6.5 Creedmoor is a wash. Most hunters under most conditions shouldn't be hunting beyond that. Backfire made a series of video challenge hunters to their limits. That's really good series to watch. And I think Eric Cortina has a series of it too, like calling the Ethical Hunting Challenge or something like that, long range. Of the vast majority of participants were humbled beyond 300 yards. Most notably was Mike the Marine. He claimed his limit was 600 yards all day. He missed his second shot at less than 400. He also scoped himself. Oh, like himself in the eye. I didn't watch that episode. MDT made a video recently comparing recoil and hunting calibers, and surprisingly, there was less than a 4% more measured recoil with 308 Winchester versus 6.5 Creedmoor. The 308 would be a better choice for moose with options for heavier projectiles. Eddie, I would disagree on that. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm personally a big believer in copper projectiles. So I've heard a lot of internet good things about the 130 grain TTSX, the 130 grain Barnes, the one that's copper. They have three now. They have the TSX, which is like the more original one, the TTSX, which is the tipped one, and then the LRX, which is like it has a different profile, designed for like expansion at longer, lower velocities, longer ranges. Then there's also cheap FMJs available for practice and plinking. I don't disagree with that. That's how I ended up with my 308 as well. Well, also I'm a big believer in NATO cartridges. I want to say the gap in between the two are starting to collapse. just because there's some, what is it? The M110 semi-auto sniper system Mark III, that's also a 6.5. So 6.5 is starting to see more adoption in the LEO and the military field. Of course, you're not going to use it in your medium machine guns, which is where probably the large part of the volume of military use ammo is coming from the full power rifle caliber in NATO. So, like the price from between 6.5 and 308 is getting pretty close. And a lot, for example, this gun, it doesn't like to shoot even some of the harder 308. It won't shoot 7.62 so that's something to consider as well. Personally, I think a short action would be a pretty good pick. You'll be able to pick it up anywhere, 6.5, 308. Personally, I lean to the 308, but I understand 6.5 is very popular. All right, that is not all of the listener feedbacks, and we'll continue on to the listener feedback at a later time. See, this is what happens when I hijack the channel and everything's all messed up. Let's go to what I did in guns, because I'm selfish and none of the other hosts can talk. It's gunsmithing week for me this weekend. 1911, of course. 50 jack. I was complaining that this dot won't hold 0 on this play system. You take it apart, all 3 layers. You have the gun is, well, 4 layers really. The slide itself, the bottom plate that was handed to me this way. This was how Adriel's optics was mounted as well. My adapter plate in the middle, that's converting RMR to RMSC. And then the Vortex Defender CCW on top. So it was the connection between the adapter plate and the silver plate, the main plate itself, that was loosening. So I was thinking, was the screw too long that's causing the problem? But if you go on to Discord, you'll see the screws are actually slightly recessed, which is perfect. I did check. The factory screws were pre-applied with thread locker, but they don't seem to put a lot on it. I also see there's some blue inside one of the Torx head, so I'm guessing the application strategy really isn't very good. So I gave every single layer of screws, so 3 sets of screws, so it's what? 442? Or is it 422? 422, I think, screws. They're fair share of Loctite, and I haven't shot it yet, so the real test isn't now. And this particular 1911 is pretty loose, so you kind of have to like hold the slide to one side and then try to feel for it. Currently, it doesn't have any play, but after I shot it last time, it will be pretty noticeable, so it's causing a 0 shift, of course. I am using the Permatext lipstick, glue stick, lipstick type thread locker. It's a gel thing. I like how it's been like 2-3 years since I've opened it, and it still hasn't dried out. It doesn't flow, which is kind of nice and kind of a pain in the ass at the same time. You have to like get it. You don't want to contaminate the tip. And for those of you who have nerded out about thread locker before, there's actually a formula below the blue, which is like a purple color formula. That one is designed for screws of this size. And apparently the benefit is it's easier to clean after you remove it. And I was definitely having that problem. I'm trying to remove the screws. I'm trying to clean them, especially the bottom plates, which I don't think Adriel ever took off. And I couldn't do it. I soaked it in isopropyl alcohol. It didn't work. And I was like, okay, I have more aggressive chemicals. So I took nail polish remover, 100% acetone. That left it overnight. Like I have a little dish like so, and submerged it, evaporated in the morning. Nope, still won't come off. It cleaned up a little bit better, but there's still blue traces everywhere after. I looked online. They said use acetone. It didn't work. Some people say, well, don't worry about it. Just like put new stuff on it. That's basically what I did. And that's a long way of saying this is designed for larger bolts. So it's not so easy because it's quite wide. Yeah, like the glue tip. So you kind of have to get a wooden toothpick, trying to like get it all around. Yeah. I think maybe I'm just a little bit too cautious about it. I don't think over applying will hurt anything. It's blue. It's not red, so it's unlikely that you would need heat to remove it. And then Magpul dummies, by the way, in case you need polymer dummies. I pulled out my PER. I mentioned I got the extended Magpul magazine release. I've been eyeing this thing for a long, long time, but I've never seen them this cheap. I was always waiting for them on sale. I was like, I just need to reach for it a little bit. Do I really need it? It's nice though, and distance isn't too far away, so you don't really need a crazy cantilever thing. You can just press it right here. Installation is not too bad. It'll give you a replacement button, so it's a two-piece design. The faceplate is one piece of it. And then the button itself has like a recess and then the place to put the screws in. Overall, pretty happy with it. Although, Magpul, hear me out, you didn't give me torque specs on the little screws. What is up with that? Give me the torque specs. Although I have to look it up, like this is a 3/32 screw head, and like the official generic torque spec for them is like 8 foot-pounds or like 5. I think it's 5, and my torque wrench is supposed to only go down to 10. It can't actually extend to 8, but maybe that's why. But even at 8, it doesn't seem like I'm crushing it. So I went with that settings instead. After I got a torque wrench, which we'll talk about in a new gun stuff part, if I can, I torque everything. And that's where you will start to appreciate really good user manual versus not. For my family's Nissan, it will give you the torque spec for example, if you're changing your oil, what's the drain bolts is supposed to be. And for the family Toyota, it doesn't do that. And that's a pain in the ass. You have to look it up and go into like piracy, crazy websites trying to find a torque spec. It's stupid. Is that all the things I've done this week? Pretty much. Cleaned off a few things. Installed a few things. Again, gunsmithing weekend. Had to clean the 1911 a little bit as well. It wasn't too bad. It was only 200 rounds through it, but I thought I might as well clean it while I was at it. Let's go to upcoming events. HGG Farm Training. We have, POW course still available on the 28th. There's one available at Sherwood Park, so if you need to get your POW this weekend, Sherwood Park Fish and Game. Is it? Oh, yeah, it is a weekend. And 6 more available on the Sunday as well. So that's Sherwood Park, March 1st. Oh, it's almost March. Oh, no. March 14th and 15th, again, Sherwood Park. But this time, the Sunday will be a restricted instead. So be aware of that. Let's take a look at 3gun.ca. 3gun.ca, the first match will be at Chat. That's not right. Adriel said there is going to be a match before for Sherwood Park Fishing Game, so watch out for that one. I might have to confirm his date again, but other than that, Chaz, March 14th, and then April 11th at Chaz as well. Both single days 3-gun events. Let's take a look at Maple Seed. Maple Seed is loading. Maple Seed has not been scheduled yet. If you want to get your first call at Mapleseed, sign up to their email alerts. Or better yet, if you know you're bored, which you should at your range, tell them to reach out and set up a Mapleseed event at your range. All right, let's go to the news. First, we start with more potentially buyback, the assault style firearm compensation program. Let's go with the official one. Rumors or potential things against it. Hi, Tracy. I'm a deployed CAF member. This is going to Tracy Wilson of the CCFR. I'm a deployed CAF member who is not returning to Canada until after the deadline. I just contacted the ASFCP, the Assault Style Firearm Compensation Program, and was advised that I must be in Canada in order to register for any chance of compensation. No exception will be made for any deployed CF member. I'm sure there are hundreds of other soldiers affected. Thanks. I don't believe Tracy made, well, to my knowledge here, I don't think Tracy made a follow-up on that, but I wouldn't be surprised. Like, do they want to check your military ID to give you exception? That would be weird. And this is on Twitter, used to be X, I think. Tom, I've just learned of a concerning development. An individual attempted to renew his restricted PAL, reports that he owns an OIC band but previously registered firearms. So think of your AR-15s or restricted long guns, like restricted FX9s, for example, that RCMP is already aware of. He said he has been told his license renewal will not proceed, unless he declares that firearm and any other through the Assault Style Firearm Compensation Program. We do not know this being true or not. My PAL isn't due for renewal still for a bit, so I don't know if other Slamfire members would be facing this issue or not. Going to other news, this is stateside, but I thought I would mention it because it's kind of funny. This comes to us via guns.com, technically through Gun Owners of America, because I believe they sponsored this particular bill in West Virginia, but I was think that would not be too fair because that's like a conflict of interest. The state bill will sell machine guns to the public. They're working with back in the day where the 86 ban that made machine guns registered and no longer transferable. I think that's the term. Like pre-86 transferable is still a thing, but they mentioned there's kind of a wording in there that says the government have, where is it? Explicit exemption for a transfer to or by a state. So it's like buying alcohol. You have to go to a state-run store, but they didn't say you can't have it. They just say you can't transfer it. But if the plan is for West Virginia to set up a state-run machine gun dispensary, if that's the proper term for it, but they will sell you a machine gun for a $250 service fee, basically, and you can even transfer it to another qualifying individual for a $275 fee. So, yeah, it's not cheap per se. Like, you're still paying like more than a SBR text. Although you do need to remember that a machine gun trumps everything. I believe it's if you have a machine gun, it can be a SBR, it can be a can it be a DD? I don't know if it can be a DD or not, but it can be a SBR, things like that. As in, you don't double text a machine gun SBR, but you do double text stamp a suppressed SBR because the first text stamp is for your suppressor itself, not for the gun. So interesting development. We'll see how that goes. It will be interesting for sure. And tell us in the comments or send us an email, slamfireradio@gmail.com, if Canada ever legalized machine gun, what will be the first one you'll buy? Although I can already hear the voices out there, why don't you just buy them all? Which is fair. This is kind of a Nacro post. I don't know how I came across this. I've been seeing a lot of firearm news articles on Facebook. I guess the grand algorithm is working, but this is the older post of this Canadian-born Britain living, then become American, built his own Panzer first, the Tank Fist. If you ever, was it? Oh no, was it Battlefield 5 or Battlefield 1? I think it's Battlefield 5. I think so, yes. So that will be quite interesting. Yeah, a lot of things you can do in the States. And he has a book, Expedient. Okay. What if I do this? Can I still find it? Can I refresh? Uh-oh. Maybe you cannot. He made a book, Expedient Homemade Recoilless Rifle, something like that. It's borrowing its name from Expedient Homemade Firearm by P.A. Ludi, the Ludi machine gun, right? So, does it know I'm in Canada? I saw the thing a little bit ago, but it won't show me anymore. That's crazy. Anyway, that's crazy. I have an update on I mentioned on the Perf podcast had a few episodes of theirs pulled from YouTube, and apparently all the clips are about allocations for competition spots for their woman team, the U.S. Shotgun woman team, for IPSC World Shoot. I'm trying to speak it really slowly and very clearly so YouTube can flag it and the manual verifier can see it. But this is particularly for like IPSC allocations. I don't know if it doesn't like the wording of it, as in you can't have IPSC well, maybe IPSC isn't a problem, but allocation and woman together, that might, I don't know if the AI overlord thinks something about it. So that could be something. And BC trying to, someone just posted that BC trying to blame international student PAL holder for extortion shootings. Okay, let me share my screen. That's the wrong one. And gun licenses for international students, former BC Solicitor General says. Several international students has been identified as suspect in violent extortion in BC, Ontario, Alberta over the past 2 years. He, a police officer for decades and current Richmond City Councillor, says it's absolutely ridiculous that international student and others in Canadian short term can get a possession acquisition license to purchase legal fire. Are they shooting up places with legal firearms, though? That just seems like a very weird way to say it. What's Kyle's thoughts on this one? Uh-oh.
I don't really have thoughts right now.
Fair enough. I just thought it's odd. Like, what? Like, are they doing extortion cases? Was there pistols or was there long guns? Or they're like they're not using a pump shotgun, I don't think. From the video that I thought it was pistols, I thought. And then like running away. Letter of good conduct. Yeah, it's like I don't know. If you don't live in Canada, in which province or territory would you be using firearm the most when in Canada? Yeah. Are you just banning people from having hunting rifles too? That just I don't know how. First, you got to prove that again. This is still legal firearms. Legal firearm owners. They're not perhaps not Canadians or Canadian permanent residents, but they still went through the whole process. It's not like they have weapons of mass destruction, baby killers.
Thing is, people have a hard time with understanding what a background check is.
Or have we reached a point that immigrants bad, we just have to blame them? Is that a problem now? Like, have we reached that point? That doesn't sound right either. Anyway.
Yeah, I don't know.
Since Kyle's here, what did you do in guns?
I shot a match. Well, first we had a range meeting on Thursday night, and despite my best efforts, I am still the president of the club. So,
oh, I thought you did. You want to be, or did you not want to be? Now I'm confused.
No, I just don't feel like it's been like at least 6 months since I've been able to do a match there and whatnot.
Oh.
Like treasurer picked up my slack so big last year. And so, like, part of me was just part of me was just like, no, I don't deserve to be president. I haven't been focused on the club as much as I should be, or a president should be. So, but they still put me in there, so still there.
Do you default president if no one run against you? Is that how it works?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. Well, how many people in your club then?
It's extremely small. We're still trying to grow and build, so it's getting there. And we got some ideas for this year. So, like, it was our annual meeting, so we're talking like, I don't know, some welcome kits for people just to incentivize membership, because we get decent turnout for our matches, but our membership, people actually buying the memberships are down.
Oh, do you get a discount for match fees if you?
Well, yeah, if you're a member, you're prepaying your matches, and you get discount on those matches. So basically, all your matches for the year are free.
That should make it back pretty quick then.
Oh yeah, like we're not losing money, but yeah, I don't know. We're talking like Buddy's got a laser engraver, so we're talking just doing some tumblers and maybe some hats with like just laser engraved leather patches. We can basically do all that stuff in house. So
that's cool. I've yet to seen a Canadian club incentivizing to join them, just because I think most of them are like capped.
Well, depending where you're at.
Yeah, I guess Calgary is pretty.
Yeah, like Calgary, Edmonton. Yeah, you're capped. You get up Grand Prairie, Fort McMurray. They're not capped.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So I mean, actually, I would say a lot of ranges aren't capped.
My perspective is probably skewed.
Yeah, but so we're gonna do that. We're talking getting into some gun shows. Apparently, tables at the gun shows are stupid cheap. They're like $50 a table.
Cheap.
Oh, yes,
wow.
Yeah, $50 to put a table up at the gun show for the whole weekend. So
that is cheap.
So yeah, we're talking doing that, And yeah, just kind of promote, like, hey guys, get more people involved in the club, not just showing up to shoot, because then that'll spread the workload out, so that if I can't make it, it's not somebody one person always having to pick up the slack.
That's interesting though, because maybe I'm what you call that, young and exuberant. But I thought, like, after I got into Ip6, I want to learn more about this. I want to be an RO. I want to run the tablet. I want to be involved in this. Maybe not every shooter is like that.
No. And actually, even at Wapiti, I remember, to get people to come and help out and just be involved in the club, it's tough to find people that feel that way, that buy in to
interesting,
to do extra and whatnot. So, and hey, they pay their money, they have every right to just show up and shoot. It's just nice when more people get involved, because then it just makes light work for everybody.
Right, for sure. And that helps grow the sport as well, right? I think stage designers, match directors are hard to find these days.
Yeah. But so it was a good meeting, and then Saturday we had our monthly match. I didn't think I was going to be able to shoot because it's basketball season. So, but it turned out Gage didn't have a game on Saturday, so I was going to go and help set up and then take off to go to the game, but then no game, so I shot. And it was bad.
And it was bad, he said. Which gun did you shoot?
I shot my 2011, my TAC Ops gun.
Got it.
Yeah, cool. 9 minor. First stage, like, trigger freeze like mad. Oh, it was really bad. I don't know. I still have to sit down and compare. I thought the trigger reset between the Ace and the 2011 was pretty much dead on, but the amount of trigger freeze I had, I'm starting to think not.
Interesting.
So
I'm guessing I'm not to the point that quick on the trigger that I get that yet. Also, I don't have a lot of pistols to compare between, so I don't. Although I did have the time that I switched from the Timony PCC trigger back to the factory mil-spec-ish trigger. It was really heavy. I guess I'm just not shooting that fast, and it wasn't as big of a problem, so to speak.
Yeah. Well, and for a normal trigger, like when you're used to moving your fingers so far, I don't think it's as big of an issue. It's when you get down to where it's like just twitch your finger to reset, where you almost think reset and it does, and then sometimes you get caught, like I did, where I thought reset, but my finger didn't move the 0.5 millimeter to actually reset.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was the first stage, and yeah, that was rough. Second stage was a classifier. I can't remember which one it was, but it was a 2-stringer, 3 boxes. Best 4 on 6 targets. Yeah, or no, yeah, 6 targets. And it was freestyle, move boxes, reload, strong hand, and then you're in the middle box, freestyle, move, reload, weak hand. And I dropped I didn't even look up classification on that because I dropped the ball hard on that one. Which I after the first stage, I was like, I don't think I'm doing anything good on classifiers today.
Didn't they change the classifier rulings too?
They did, and I haven't looked into it too hard, but
I thought they made it more difficult.
I believe they did, yeah. And so that one's probably gonna hurt me.
Yeah.
But then the second classifier I actually shot at my level. I shot a B level classifier, so
that's like on your level now.
So
jeez.
Then the other 2 stages, they were all right. Like it was nothing great happening on Saturday, but I mean it was a good wake up call. So
Superstition's coming up fast.
Yes, it is, and my life just got way busier, so I'm going to figure that out.
Sounds like more VR time.
Yeah, well, hopefully soon I will have all the VR space to do it. I don't have to hunt down or just do stationary ones. So
That's good.
yeah.
Although I wonder how you can't really run a whole stage unless you're outside.
Oh, some of the stages that they have, like you basically to take full advantage of everything on there, you pretty much, and we were actually talking about that on Saturday, you pretty much need a 10x10 space.
Yeah, that's
So, and that
you
might
gotta
even be
snag
pushing it on some.
free,
Yeah.
like no table, no nothing kind of thing.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I gotta get a little bit more live fire in. Not just get on that trigger. But yeah, that's pretty much it. The rest of my week has been just
shot a match. That's good.
Yeah. We actually got out and shot, so that was good.
How's the temperature down there?
Today was beautiful. It's 77 now, but it touched 90.
That doesn't sound beautiful. That sounds really hot.
That's like 30 degrees.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's beautiful. It's shorts and flip-flop weather.
I don't know how bad the sun is down south compared to up here.
Oh, it's summertime. Like our 100-degree weather is just around the corner, and it will be hot.
Yeah,
but like today, like the sun, the UV wasn't super there, and there was a nice breeze, and yeah, so
breeze.
It was a beautiful day.
All right, we ran past the news already, but I want to get your 2 cents on this because, well, we don't get to enjoy it, but I don't know, you might. The whole West Virginia machine gun.
I haven't heard about this.
Oh, really? So basically there's this wording in the 86 ban that there's the exception for a government agency, I think the government itself can do it too, to transfer firearm to, or you can transfer, like the government can transfer it out, but like transfer by the government is okay too. So they're gonna set up like a LCBO of machine guns and sell machine guns to qualifying individuals. They haven't really been too clear on that, but
I love
yeah, $250 service charge on it though. So it's considering your SPR was $200.
You know what? $250 to own a machine gun? Sure.
Yeah.
And that's just my Canadian talking, but yeah, no, sure.
I asked the question to the listeners, what type would they want first? Of course, the correct answer is you should have everything, but
I'd have to see what they got sitting there.
Fair enough. I'm gonna probably most things that's stateside made, right? So your M4s, classic M4 would get too. Yeah, a lot of options.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to new gun stuff, which is not as exciting as machine guns, but Adriel wrote a caption on Dustin Watch Out. There's the Tactical Import TR410 Micro. Oh, you can even spec it out as a red dot, starting at $799. It's a apparently this is non-restricted.
Very interesting.
Non-restricted.
Oh yeah, it's a revolver.
26-inch overall. Oh, it does. Okay, so that's my whole point. Is it doesn't fold telescope or otherwise, so it's not a handgun, and it doesn't shorten in any way. It has a fixed overall length. How long is it? It's 4.4 pounds, 23 inches in overall length. For 410, I'm guessing 5 shots. The barrel is 5.1 inches. Rated for steel shots. Chambered for 3-inch. It comes with it comes with a flip of iron sights. That's nice.
Sure.
Hand placement must be considered.
Well, yeah, it's a 5-inch barrel. It's a 5-inch barrel and a revolver, so That's
So it's-
interesting.
It's the Taurus Judge rifle version, I guess you can say. I don't know if
Sure.
it has the guard or not.
It
Some
almost
people-
looks like they got that guarded.
Yeah, so that it doesn't say. Usually, when they say it's guarded, it will say you can remove it. It doesn't say this time.
Yeah, I
so
don't think they
I'm
want
not
people to
too
remove it, though.
sure. Yeah, well, chain fire isn't really much of a risk these days, but it'll be a lot of gas flying everywhere, and it's not a pistol, so in Canada we don't care. We don't care about what do you call that? Vertical grip on a pistol, so that's okay. Mike is saying that 410 is going to eat your forearms alive. Possibly, one of my powders for loading the 450 is the little gun, which is a 410 powder. It's really fast, and that particular powder burns really hot, I've heard. So maybe you shouldn't do this entire thing with little gun, but we'll see. It could be in Dustin's future. We don't know
And
yet.
I just zoomed in on that image. That is guarded, and it looks quite removable. It looks like there's 2 screws there.
Yeah. I'm guessing.
So at least you're not going to have, crap hitting your forearms.
Hopefully.
Yeah. See how complete that guard is.
Yeah, it is enclosing the entire. I'm suspecting there will still be some gas leaking past on maybe the top, maybe the bottom.
Yeah.
It's hard to say. But yeah, all your M locks, you have a Picatinny bottom M lock slots. I don't see a manual safety, so props to that. Although,
What about right behind the cylinder?
that's probably the cylinder release, isn't it?
Yeah, could be. Yeah. Actually, you got a good point there.
That's
I don't know why
sights are
I
so
don't think you'd
long.
want a safety on this. Like, how much more safety do you want? Like,
I don't. That's the point. But well, here's the thing: you have a vertical grip on this thing. How are you gonna half cock the hammer? Like your thumb gotta go place. But again, this is the ergonomics of a lot of traditional stocked guns going to a pistol grip stock. Like, for example, the Mossbergs. That's why they have the 590R now, where your safety is on the side, because when you have a pistol grip, you can't really access it unless you go offhand or do something with your right hand. You have to maneuver it. You got your M-lock
Yeah.
on the side. I'm
I just
guessing
feel like
it's-
this is a gun that nobody asked for.
you know what? If they make one in 45 Colt, I will buy one. Maybe not with this stock. I want a traditional stock though, but I'll shoot IPSC PCC with that. I'm gonna get my stripper clips, moon clips. I'm gonna put 45 in it. I'm gonna shoot IPSC PCC with this just because it's such a
man.
meme. They didn't say what kind of action type. They just say you have to be shooting 9mm, 40, 45, 10. I think 357 SIG might be in there somewhere too. And they don't factor in major, so like truly the gamer option is 9mm, that's it, but you say you could, and you know me as a rule breaker, so
I don't know. That first sentence is so depressing. Was specifically designed for the Canadian market. That's what the Canadian market has come to.
it's
It's novelty. It kind of cool. I don't know if I'd spend $800 on it, but
it's a fair point. It is semi-automatic-ish.
no, it's not. It's a revolver.
Well,
Be happy it's double action.
yeah, exactly. At least you can pull the trigger twice and it will go twice instead of you have to do something, which is interesting. I never thought. I don't know how they classify a revolving action as. I guess not a semi-automatic, but your reloads are going to be challenging. That's
Yeah.
that way. they sold out of the SR45. So that's $1,100 for the 45. I guess rifled barreled version of this that takes maybe higher pressure. Hard to say. They sold out of everything. Holy crap!
There we go. Fully semi double action.
That's great. That's good. Thanks, Mike. Yeah, for fully semi. I don't know if you slap a really heavy D rubber band on it, can you make it fully automatic?
Oh, jeez. For the 5 rounds.
For the 5 rounds, and then you have to like try to. I don't know. Does it keep point triggered? Gotta make some crazy mechanism to do it. Okay.
All right.
more
What else
normal
we got
guns.
on here?
We have. Looks like Canuck is Odell Engineering is expanding their line to more lever guns. I guess they are popular. In fact, they have the Wrangler SE Boss Classic in 30-30 now. Instead of just your pistol calibers, they are into rifle calibers now. If they have the 30-30, I'm expecting the 45-70 to follow soon after.
Yeah. Expand that image there.
I don't think it'll let you. Yeah.
Control scroll.
Bad image. Bad image.
Doesn't look too bad.
Looks normal.
Got a rail on it. Yeah, doesn't look too bad.
Yeah. Threaded muzzle, maybe?
Yeah. Threaded muzzle, side gate load. Nice.
This is the thing I don't like about CGS. They don't have a lot of details on their listings. They have a few different flavors
the blackout.
too. They have the blackout, which is maybe a little bit lighter weight on the bottom side. Get your cartridge holder on the back. Ooh, and the side. M-Lock compatible?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's pretty good. Fiber optic sights, your Picatinny rail, of course. And then they have, personally, I prefer stainless guns, but this is more like a Marlin 8095 kind of a feel. What did they call that? Not the Alaskan, that's a different brand. No, I don't remember.
Yeah, I believe the SBL 490.
The trapper ones, yeah, the stainless and laminate. I don't like how the butt pad is mismatching color, but I think I'm nitpicking. At this price, it's $13.49 Canadian, or $12.49.95 if you're buying the standard version. And let's see. There's a few Rexamex RS912 over under shotgun, all 12 gauges. You can pick between a 28 or a 30-inch barrel. They have a silver and a black receiver version. On Tenda, around $600 or $620. I don't know what's the difference. Oh, the 2 inches of barrel will cost you $20. Okay. But that includes 200, so a whole flat of Clever T1 Gold Cup Mirage shotgun shells.
How much is the gun? $600 and you get a flat of ammo?
And you get a flat of ammo. So the flat of ammo is $120. So the gun is
$500. And it's marked down just from like 9 something?
From $979.
It's actually not a bad deal. I don't have no idea on those shotguns if they're even decent, but I imagine they shoot, they go bang.
Yeah, never heard of them, but yeah. It's probably pretty Turkish, I'm gonna say. You know what? We have the technology. Armalytics. Let's see who they are. I don't know. What is it? RS 912. If it says 912, I'm guessing they have a 920 too. Made in Turkey. Yep, got it. Doesn't say a whole lot. Doesn't even say who is the importer. Huh? Okay. Turkish shotgun. Doesn't say what's the first date they have no cross references. That is interesting. Lever action. Oh, is this like a
Yeah.
exempt gun?
All right. Turkish shotgun, Turkish over and under, affordable price if you're looking to get into some clay shooting.
Wood.
Yeah.
Good wood. So
Yep.
that's cool. And then Tanda also have a special on some of their Mossberg rifles. You can check out Adriel's review on those on the Hunting Gear Guy YouTube channel. And also the they have the combo pack for the Mossberg 500, turkey and deer. So I think it has a rifle barrel then.
Oh, yeah.
Slugster barrel. Oh, wow. It gives you all the different sights option too. That's cool. Gives you a Williams fire sound back. Does it? No, it doesn't come. No, it's saying the cantilever rail scope mount is an option, but I don't believe it is on this particular
An option,
one.
yeah. You can buy parts to do that.
Right. I don't know how many slug zones are there in Canada. I know Alberta has it. If you're in the Calgary or Edmonton area, have access
Some people
to
might
that.
just decide to do it whether they're in a slug zone or not.
Fair enough. And ooh, is it even fluted? Very fancy.
Ooh, fancy.
Is it? I don't think it's threaded. That would be really weird. Well, I guess the states can do it now, but I guess there's also tank brakes on shotguns, so that's also an option. But yeah, you get your camel, get your fluting. That's cool. And then they have the 590R tactical on special as well. $1149. Oh, by the way, the 500 combo turkey and deer 24-inch is $770. Let's go to the F590R. That's what I mentioned. They have the rotary safety here. And then you have your standard AR grip, and I think it's a standard buffer tube-ish thing on the back, so you can change it out. But the complaint I have is, first, this one is not the one that's the even more deluxe one, which is the 590RM. Rotary safety with the mag fed. You're in Canada, you might as well go for that. The second thing is I just think this thing looks kind of ugly. It's more functional over form, I think. It comes with a set of MBUS 3 sights, though. That's $100 on its own. So, just saying. And you should unlock slots on the side. Cool. You should learn from Tristan from SBI. He has, I think he has a, maybe not the RM, but the mag fed one. And he have backup iron sights for slugs, and his red dot is for shots. And he shoot that thing for 3-gun as an open shotgun.
No.
Now?
No. You look, all the top guys, they zero with a slug, and they confirm with their birdshot. They don't run a backup iron and switch between sights and that. They just
Fair
run
enough.
one sight.
Well, what if it's off by a lot, though?
Your shot is not going to be that far off from your slug.
Fair. Well, for my case, how I tested, yeah, that's true for
Like,
the shotgun. That's
yeah,
optional.
no, I would not be recommending, okay, set up for irons for this and dot for this. And no.
Fair enough. But, yeah. Wait, 731. Where's the unit? 731
one.
pounds. It's funny because that reminds me of when I was in, that was elementary school actually. Like when I do math questions, if there's like an application question, I rarely write the units because I'm that lazy, and I keep getting points docked for that because where's your effing units? Now I understand. Yeah, I need the effing units.
Yeah.
It's funny how life perspective changes. Yeah, they have their Patriot, a few different varieties too. I think mostly under $1,000. They have the Odd 6 Patriot with a Vortex Scope combo. They have the long range. They even have the MVP Precision in a chassis. This is more of a, I want to say, older style gun by today's standard. Nowadays, everything's more like modular instead of it left the factory like this, so it's going to be like this forever. So that's that.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. We don't really have a main topic today except Tony hijacking and soloing the whole episode for the most part.
And time zones are hard.
Time zones are difficult.
The rest of that new gun stuff on there isn't.
Oh, yeah, there's a few things. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I was
Where
gonna
did
say
it
like
go?
we're dragging here. We're only halfway through the list there.
All right. The Range Rover Sport have the Harry Homesteader, the one of the last, if not the last, PCC available in Canada, with the Glock magazine adapter, non-restricted 18.6-inch barrel. Thank you, Henry. For $1,160. I think that's the cheapest I've seen it. They're not that cheap to begin with. You get your wood, you got your semi-auto, you get your Glock mag, so 10 rounds. Nice, except it's blued, so do wipe it quite a bit, I guess, if you're shooting competition with it. The CSC have a bunch of new stuff in. They have the Fix-A-Stick sets for a lot of your torque limiters. It's different style of torque wrench. It's not the adjustable ones that give you like particular torque.
Pretty sure
limiters
they
you
do
swap
have
around.
Fix-It-6 do have an adjustable one though.
Well, maybe they just
Pretty sure they
don't
do.
have it here.
They make tools for everything. Working on computers, working on guns. They're
Working on
pretty good and
bikes. Yeah,
actually
they have
very
lots of
compact,
They have
but they're expensive.
Ooh. Look at that. That's I'm gonna say it's very nice, the whole custom molded everything fits nicely in there.
Yeah. Like there's your adjustable torque sockets right there in the red and blue.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, they have the
Yeah.
small and the low torque spec and the high torque spec. All the picks you want, 1911.
Oh, yeah, like this
Pushing
kit
wrench.
right here, like this is like a master kit for basically everything.
Golly, look at the selection. All the pins you get, all the punches you have. Roll pin punches, nice. Brass punches. Oh, even includes your leveler kit for your scope mounting.
Yep.
Come with a Pelican style case. Not sure if it's Pelican one.
So like that was the armor's kit and it was what? How much?
$13.29.
Yeah. So that's the Pro Armor's toolkit with basically everything. But
Everything. Aim point bit? There's a specific aim point thing? Jeez.
that doesn't surprise me.
Aim point, get it together. Oh, it's in the new case. Made in Canada.
I mean,
Cool.
Glock has its own too, so
Really? For what?
yeah, for front sight.
Oh. I think the Glock front sight is like popular enough. It's becoming a standard though. Like a lot of random shotguns will have it too, which is odd. CSC also have Bernanke. Originally Bernanke. I guess we associate Bernanke with their slugs more than anything else. Like their slug design, not the brand, but they have a bunch of different slugs, I guess. The Super Sable, the USA Special Forces. Whatever. 1.25 ounces, 1476 FPS. That's a lot.
Nice.
Lead free. How did you lead free and 1 1/8 ounce? That's impressive. Listeners may or may not know that lead is used because it's cheap and it's heavy. And if you're going lead free, what is
Is it copper?
It says lead free.
Yeah.
At least tell me what it tungsten? No way. Well, tungsten wouldn't be very good for rifle slugs barrel. Oh, I don't know. It might be copper, but I would imagine if it's copper, they would have said it.
Interesting.
Aluminum point, brass jacket, and brass core. So it's a brass round.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
That's
So
how they get the weight there.
How much heavier is brass comparing to copper? Now I don't remember. That's 5 rounds. Oh boy, that's $8 a shot.
Wow.
If you really want to kill your the deer real dead, and you don't want any lead in it. Fair enough. The lightning ammo. Oh, it's also a slug. It's also lead free. I guess they're pushing the whole lead free thing. Interesting. They have lead slugs too. They're not as expensive. Or they have the home protect. Is this legal in Canada? $2 a shot, not cheap. The home defense mini slugs, 12 gauge, 2-inch. That's that packaging alone might get you in trouble. But I guess CSC is in Calgary, so Alberta is probably okay. Wait, what? How heavy?
It's not the only ammo to advertise itself that way.
Fair enough, but you just don't see it as often here. Might not cycle properly. Okay. In semi-autos. It doesn't say how heavy it is. What the? I'm missing information here, sir. It says it's a slug. It doesn't say how heavy, but it's running at a pretty respectable 1334 FPS. Oh, it does give you energy rating. So 1,555 foot-pounds of energy.
1,300 feet per second. That's...
You would think that would be a reduced weight then. Because
well, yeah,
really
like
fast.
considering the size of that shell, like, geez.
Yeah. So, yeah, interesting stuff. TNA has mobile choke, Benelli mobile style pattern choke, sorry, not style, that have very mean spikes on it. So,
Door breacher.
Door breaching, or I don't know. Is there really well, I guess ported may be good, but is there like a competition advantage of if your choke hold on to something?
No. Once in a while, somebody will throw a door breach in there, but it doesn't have a competitive
advantage
side.
Of doing so. It looks cool.
Real world.
It looks cool. So and you might be able to spike your target really good as a bayonet kind of replacement. I know the 1897 shotgun is kind of out of style, but that's really not a bayonet. That's really a sword type situation. And International Shooting Supply have interesting EGE Arms shotguns. They have the lever was the detachable mag and 10.6 inch barrel.
So I was looking at that picture of those mini slugs.
Uh-huh.
And you can just see on the box they're 1 ounce. How they got a 1 ounce slug in a 2-inch shell to go 1,300 feet per second, I have no idea. But they did it.
Whoa.
I mean, I guess like, they're just running a shot card in there. There's no wad or anything. It's just a shot card. So, but yeah.
I would need to take apart a regular slug to know how much powder is supposed to be in there. That's impressive, I would say. Yeah, it does say 1 ounce on top, 440 grains. That sounds about right. It doesn't have a speed rating on the box that we can see, but that's impressive. Back to the EGE Arms lever guns, and they also have like M4 clones and golden bird head grip. This might be it's not a lever rifle, sorry. It's a 410. So they have 12 gauge lever guns, box mag fed or 2 fed 410. Yeah. Standard barrel, short barrel. They also have a 410 revolving 9.5 inch. Is it even shorter than the other one? No, that one's a 5-inch gun. Sorry. So, no, not quite as short, but Oh, they even have this too. I think we touched one that's very similar at SHOT Show. I don't know if that video came out yet. Me and Adriel did, and it has the shell release because it was probably at a semi-auto at one point. $589. That's actually not that expensive. Yeah, repeating shotgun adopted from a semi-auto tube fed. There you go. Cool. Well, yeah, our definition of cool is a little depressing these days. But this is something you can use. The
thing is, the shotguns hadn't even been touched. Why are we building this? Like the shotgun that it was based off of hasn't been touched. Why are we building that?
Well, it's just Turkey.
Is it so you can get more in the magazine tube, maybe? But
that's an angle I haven't seen about. I haven't thought about. I guess for a mag fed, maybe. Like I'm thinking, maybe some people are trying to use up their old.
Well, no, you don't need to be mag fed. You can get magazine tube extensions.
Right. I'm just thinking if people had a Typhoon and they got banned, so they don't want.
I would not be. My next choice would not be a lever action of that gun.
True. I don't know if
I would take a pump action over a lever action.
I would too, for sure. And I think my rifle kind of proves that point. But
like the tube fed one, like why are we building this?
Because lever guns are so hot right now? I don't know.
I guess, I don't know.
Oh, they have a distressed copper look. Full Picatinny bottom rail, that seems a little excessive, but M-locks all around. It's probably out of the same factory, isn't it? The stock looks very similar. Oh, this one might collapse.
Oh, it's an adjustable
telescoping
one.
AR stock. Yeah, so this one's collapsible. If you have the 5-inch, you wouldn't be able to. This one have chokes too, so you can't shoot your 3-gun. I don't know. I wouldn't. And then Cabela's Wednesday for today only. They have their tactical 3-gun case for $99.98. Unfortunately, there isn't a pickup deal this weekend. I don't think this week. I don't think. You might want to try the code pickup regardless. If you're buying something from, why do I keep saying Cabela's? It's Bass Pro. Bass Pro. You can visit our website slamfireradio.com and click on the link there. You support the show. Well, it won't cost you a dime. Also, I'll share this. It's just a picture. It's from Tracy Wilson's Facebook. I was looking at like the tiny little board on the food court because I know the food offerings in the States versus here is different, but it says clearly Costco.ca. So Costco is selling gun cases now. That's kind of interesting, kind of cool. They did have a singular run of ammo boxes available too, and then they just disappeared.
Well, they sell safes too.
True, but I don't. Do they sell? Wow.
Yeah, they sell gun safes. My dad's got one from Costco.
I don't think I've seen them. I've seen safes. I haven't seen a rifle safe from them. Maybe I just missed it. All right, that's all the new gun stuff we have for this week. Actually, quite a few things, although probably not very interesting to freedom enjoyers out there down south. all the Turkish shenanigans that we get. We do have 2 emails. Listener Richard wrote us to tell us that our audio from our podcast from last week only have left channel audio. I believe Adriel's working on that. I did find that out too. I was like driving, like, why is the podcast so quiet? And I was like, leaning my head over. It's like, oh, it's only coming from the left. That's why it's so quiet. So we're going to get that fixed. And Kyle, do you mind reading the second email for us?
I can do that. Hello, Slamfire team. I've been listening for about 3 years now, and I'm hooked on trap and sporting clays. I made 3 strategic purchases last year from Cabela's and seems to have been half of the list from the latest episode. I picked up a 10% off gift card in November at $500 max, and on Boxing Day they had $20 off a purchase of $150 or more. This worked out to 13% off, better than the random 10% pickup offers throughout the year. So I made 2 purchases, just over $150 of target loads, lead shot, and a bottle of hops. Also, Father's Day last year, the gift cards were 10% off, so I got the $500 max. I've been looking for my first over and under, and all the low-end guns feel cheap, but when the Condor competition model went on sale from $1,069 to $699, nice deal, I thought about it and went to look at it. They didn't have one, and was told I could order it and look it over once it arrives. Then I could refuse it if I didn't like it. Went home, thought about it, and the next day an email for 10% off pickup orders came. Well, that's perfect. I placed the order plus a flat of shells and paid with my gift card. This gun is heavy at around 9 pounds, but I'm only taking it to the line of transporting it to my cart when playing Sporty Clays. It came with 2 flush chokes, 6 extended chokes, 30-inch barrels, ejectors, and a palm swell, and okay-looking wood. I put just over 750 rounds through it since July with very little issues so far. Mark from Manitoba.
Thank you, Mark. That sounds like a good deal. $699.
Yeah.
I think that's,
absolutely.
That's pretty much like the sell price for most regular Stoiger Condors. And Stoiger does have a proper customer support team in Canada, so if you have issues, they should be able to take care of you as well. Ejectors, that's fancy. Okay, I did go rogue and did a part of the listener comments from earlier, but I actually did read this as well. I will get your opinion on it as well. Eddie is mentioning that he would suggest 308 regarding a recommendation for Lawrence's rifle. Oh, you said 06, right?
Well, yeah, I was going off the list that he provided. I went 30-06. Yeah.
Fair enough. And also, in between the 306, 308, and 65, they're all pretty common. So it's not like you're going to run into a lot of availability issues for ammo or like recoil issues of a 300 Win Mag, for example. I did mention that we didn't ask if Lawrence was a shooter or not. I think from how he wrote it, he is not a sports shooter to start with either. That may change our thoughts on it, maybe slightly, but I don't think that's a huge deal. I think New Patroni was from last week. Is that correct?
Yep.
Sounds good. We have the sponsor links as Mark mentioned. If you want to support the show, please go to Slamfire Radio. Click on the link on the side for your purchase at Bass Pro Canada or Brownells, and we'll be able to read your purchases anonymously, probably semi-annually. Thanks to our supporters on Patreon. If you'd like to support us, you can find us on Patreon. And as I mentioned multiple times throughout the show, if you'd like to email the show, send them to slamfireradio@gmail.com. Shout-outs and recommendations. Kyle, anything?
I'm going to shout out Trevor. I don't know if he listens or not, but he's a treasurer at our club, and he really stepped up last year and is continuing to step up, but got to help him out some more. But really stepping up and making sure that we didn't cancel matches and all that good stuff. So
awesome. I will give a shout out after I share my screen. I did research on, I forgot which gun. It probably was the Savage Impulse here. No, actually on the ground. But I came across the channel USOG, United States of Guns. I kept questioning if he was a channel based in Canada. I don't believe that's correct, but he does have a pretty big tie to Canada, and he did mention basically the firearm compensation program, and he did a video on the Penticton range closure. So he's definitely in Canada once in a while. So I'll give a shout out to him. He has some very interesting, not necessarily historical, but like a lot of more older gun stuff, like the Remington 760 and 7600 you can see here. So pretty cool stuff. Go check him out on YouTube. And I'll give a shout out to Elise from work. I don't think she listens to this podcast, but she moved originally from Vancouver to us. She is relatively a new Albertan, and she shoots guns, and her husband does as well. So that's pretty cool. And we'll see if I get a time to introduce her to BTSA, or I don't believe they have a range here right now. So maybe they can get out shooting again. That'll be pretty cool.
Right on.
All right. Join our Discord server. You can always see Tony's home gunsmithing. See, I'm a gunsmith. It's terrible. Pictures there. Watch us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, since Kyle's here, Billy, I didn't have Twitch on today. Join the CCFR weekly reminder. Who keeps deleting it? It's a raining gun contest on CCFR is still going. I think until at least till the end of this month, maybe till the end of next month. We'll check it, and we'll see you next week.
Next week.
Right.
So if you have any comments or questions for the show, please send an email to slamfireradio@gmail.com. Now go grab a gun and shoot something.
And the sun, when the talking is over, it's time to get a gun.